Welcome back students. Welcome to distance learning program of AES. Students, Atomic Energy Central School Mysore presents chemistry practicals. Myself G. Balakrishna, PGT Chemistry from AECS Mysore. So today we are going to discuss about determination of cation and anion in the given salt. So first of all, tell me students, what do you mean by salt? Yeah, salt is nothing but which is formed during neutralization reaction, that you know in your previous class. What do you mean by neutralization reaction? A reaction between acid and base to form salt and water. Okay, so here salt is nothing but which carries charged species, those are cation and anion. These are also called basic radical and acidic radical. So basic radical is cation, acidic radical is anion. You may not confuse between these terminology because anion and acidic radical both starts with the letter A, so that anion carries negative charge, which is also called acidic radical. Okay, both letters, starting letter is same. Okay, now what are the chemicals required to do this salt analysis? Okay, let us see the chemicals. So here these are apparatus and chemicals required for salt analysis. So this is test tube holder. These are droppers, are also called pillars. This is spatula. This is a pair of tongs. Next, watch glass, petri dish. These are the reagent bottles with the labeling, and these are test tube stands. So remaining chemicals which are in solid form and some are in liquid form. So these are chemicals we are going to use during our experiment. Okay students? So here this is salt what we are going to analyze for anion and cation. So you can see the color of this salt, it is white or colorless. Okay students? So now we will go to first part of the salt analysis. Broadly we can divide the salt analysis into three parts. What are those three parts? First one is about preliminary test for salt. Second one is about test for anion, and third one is test for cation. Okay. So when we come to preliminary test, what do you mean by preliminary test? Anybody? Do you know? Yes. Preliminary test means this is like if you go to any hospital, when you meet a doctor with some health problem, so doctor will not prescribe, when you go, doctor will not prescribe all tests. You will not prescribe a blood test or this test or that test. What he will do, first of all, he will check your pulses, or he will ask you to open your eyes or your tongue. You will go through some preliminary test, preliminary examination of the patient. Based on that, he will prescribe the all tests. Like that, here, before going for main test, we will test the salt to get idea. So that may be helpful to identify these ions as early as possible. We can report this ion is present in this salt as cation, this ion is present in this salt as anion. Okay. So what are the preliminary tests? First one, coming to color of this salt. Color of this salt. Here the given salt is white color. If it is not white, what ions may be present in this salt? If it is blue, copper ion is present. If it is a light green, Fe2 plus is present. If it is brown, Fe3 plus is present. Okay, because of white, those all are absent. Those all are absent. Okay, now you can say white color. Then when you go for observation, it is white color. Then when you go for inference, these all ions are absent. What are these all ions? Copper, iron plus 2 plus 3, nickel and manganese, cobalt. These all are absent because these salts are in one of the color. So this is one of the preliminary tests of the salt. Second one, when you go to second one, now This is the overall the table is mentioned there about based on color, first one. Next go to second one about smell of the salt. Smell is nothing but sometimes it might be written as odor also. Odor nothing but smell. When I smell this salt, when I take on my fingers and crush and when I keep near to my nose, here generally three smells you may get if it is giving any smell. What are those three smells? One is about ammonical smell. Ammonical smell if you get, there exists ammonium ion, NH4 plus ion. Or if you get rotten egg smell, then it indicates there exists sulfide ion, S2 minus ion. Or if you get like vinegar smell, then acetate ion is present. What is acetate ion? Yeah, CH3COO minus. So this salt is not giving any smell. Not giving any smell. So what is the inference? What is my inference? No specific odor, that is observation. Coming to inference, these three ions are absent. What are those three ions? Ammonium, sulfide and acetate ion. Next, I will go for next preliminary test. That is about in this table about this smell or odor is that is all these things are together is tabular form is given. Okay, next going for third preliminary test. I am going to observe the appearance of this salt. Mainly the salts what you get are two types. One is powdery and second one is crystalline. You know, talcum powder when you apply to your face, it is very smooth. Okay, that is nothing but powdery. Whereas when you take sodium chloride crystals or sugar crystals, those are not powdery. So here, based on powdery, if that salt is powdery, there may be two ions present. What are those two ions? Carbonate ion and sulfide ion. If it is not powdery, means crystalline, those two ions are absent. So when you go to observation, here powdery, crystalline, two cases are there. If powdery means, when you see the inference here, presence of CO3 2 minus and S2 minus, if that is powdery. If it is crystalline, those two are absent. So here this is crystalline salt. You can see crystals can be seen here. So you can see clearly it is not powdery substance, it is crystalline substance. Okay, students? So students, till now we have completed three preliminary tests. What are those three preliminary tests? First one is about color, second one about smell or odor, third one about appearance. Okay, next we will go for second test, that is about dry heating test, also called action of heat. Okay, so here different observations are there. You can see there. It may be ammonium salt or hydrated salt or zinc salt or hydrated copper sulfate or lead salt or nitrate salt. Okay, so first of all, what to be done in this test action of heat? I should take a little amount of this salt in dry test tube. My test tube should be dry, so we can make test tube dry. So in this test tube, with the help of test tube holder, I am going to take certain little amount of salt. Into this test tube. Just I am going to heat this salt. You know, students, we are doing unknown. We don't know which cation and which anion are present in that salt. At last, we will be confirming. So, which observation is going to found from the table? You should tell. So, the solid substance melted. Now it started giving gases. You can see the brown gases are coming out. Brown gases are coming out from this test tube. Okay, here in the table, if you see the table of this dry heating test, if reddish brown gas with pungent smell, this is pungent smell gas only. When reddish brown gases are coming out during dry heating test, what it indicates? This salt may contain nitrate ion, NO3 minus ion. You can see the reddish brown gases. Okay. So till now we have completed two tests. One is preliminary test. There are just three parts. Second one is about dry heating test or action of heat. Next we are going to discuss about next test, that is flame test. Flame test. What do you mean by flame test? Flame test is nothing but, here this is the given salt, unknown salt. This salt is taken into watch glass. To this salt I am going to add a drop of concentrated hydrochloric acid. Then this substance is made into paste. So we can do with the help of glass rod. We can make it into paste. Okay. Now afterwards, this substance is taken over loop, platinum loop. This is introduced into flame. So here different colors are observed. If it gives brick red, calcium is present, Ca plus 2 is present. If it gives crimson red, strontium is present. If it gives apple green, next barium is present. So let us see what color it is going to give. So here this paste is taken over loop and I am going to introduce into flame. Green color. So out of those three ions, you can see observation. So out of those three ions, calcium, barium, strontium. So which ion may be present? Based on color of the flame, barium ion is present. So inference you can see barium 2 plus is present. So here flame test is done with the help of Kong HCl, because Kong HCl make that salt volatile. Only that cation is present. That cation is going to give the characteristic flame. Okay. Next, going to next test about ash test. So in this ash test, we have to prepare OS. What is OS? Original solution. The solution in which a solution is prepared by dissolving the given salt in suitable solvent. That is termed as original solution. So here, this substance is taken in test tube and I am going to add distilled water. Now I am going to make it as original solution. Okay. By using this original solution, I am going to do this ash test. Okay. For which ions ash test is done? This is done for magnesium, zinc and aluminium. Okay. How to do this ash test? From this OS, little amount of OS is taken in boiling test tube. To this I am going to add cobalt nitrate. This is cobalt nitrate solution. So this is cobalt nitrate solution added to original solution. Now in this solution I am going to dip filter paper. Filter paper is going to dip in this solution. I am going to take out this filter paper. This one I am going to burn. This one I am going to burn. So here, based on color of that ash which is going to form, we can predict one of the ion. So what are the colors possible? If green ash is found, then that is zinc. If it is blue ash is found, that is aluminium, whereas pale pink, magnesium. Let us see which ash is going to be formed here. So here I am collecting these ashes over watch glass. So if you observe the color of this, no pink color, no green color, no blue color, indicates those three ions are absent. What are those three ions, students? Zinc, aluminium, magnesium. So till now we have completed preliminary test. What we completed till now? First one is about three parts are there. What are those three parts? About color, next smell, next appearance. Second one is dry heating test. Third one is about flame test. Fourth one is about ash test. Okay. Next, when you come to second part of this salt analysis, that is nothing but preliminary test for anion. So in each case, anion and cation case, we have to do two types of tests. One is known as identification test and second one is known as confirmative test. So we have to identify that ion first of all, then go for confirmative test. This is common for anion as well as cation. So now I am going to start for anion. Anion is nothing but a stick radical. Okay. First test for this anion preliminary test, nothing but identification test. That is test with the dilute H2SO4. With this test we are going to identify two anions. What are those two anions? Carbonate ion and sulfide ion. Okay. So if there is just carbonate ion in this salt, so when I add this salt into test tube and I am going to add to this dilute sulfuric acid, then I am going to vomit. So here, if this gives effervescence, then it gets CO3 2-. Then it releases gas and that gas smell is like a rotten egg smell, then that is sulfide ion. Okay, so if I heat now, so no gas is coming, no smell is found. So those two ions are absent. What are those two ions, students? Carbonate ion and sulfide ion. That effervescence you can see when you open cool drink bottle, how that fizzing comes out, that is nothing but that is effervescence. Okay. Now we completed first test under preliminary test of anion, identification of anion. Now I am going to second test. So this is a tabular form. You can see how all those three things means experiment, observation, inference are included. Actually, students, you have to write in this way record. Same this test with dilute sulfuric acid is in tabular form. It is mentioned there. Now I am moving to next test. That is about KMnO4 test. That is potassium permanganate. So what will be done in this test? So the one which we have already taken in previous test, that is a salt plus sulfuric acid and vomit. Then to this we should add potassium permanganate. You know the color of the potassium permanganate? Pink color. Okay. So what for we are doing this test? By this test we will come to know some ions present or not. What are ions? Chloride ion, next bromide ion, next oxalate ion, iodide ion or Fe2 plus ion. If those are present, that information will be known by decolorization of KMnO4. Decolorization of KMnO4. So I am going to add this KMnO4 to this. If decolorizes, those ions may be present. Okay. So the color of the KMnO4 is pink color. Before adding color is pink. See, after adding also there is no change in the color of the KMnO4. So what it indicates? Those ions are absent. What are those ions, students? Chloride ion, bromide ion, iodide ion, oxalate ion, Fe2 plus ion. These are absent. So what we are doing here, we are going by elimination method. One by one we are eliminating. We are going to confirming which are going to present by elimination method. Sometimes you do in MCQ test also, na? If you don't know answer, you can analyze the question. By elimination method, you can write the answer. Yes or no? You are doing na? Good. Thank you. Sometimes it can be applicable. So now coming to third test, that is concentrated sulfuric acid test. Okay, what to be done in this test? So here salt is taken in test tube. To this test tube, I am going to add concentrated sulfuric acid. So here gases are going to be comes out from this test tube after adding conc H2SO4, and when you go for heating. So those gases are going to be passed into ferrous sulfate solution. If that ferrous sulfate solution is changing or not changing, let us observe. Based on that, we can conclude which ion may be present. This is ferrous sulfate solution, which is prepared freshly from this ferrous sulfate salt. Okay. Now I am going to transfer this salt I am going to take into boiling test tube rather than test tube, because to observe this releasing of gases. Okay. So here there exists cork with delivery tube. So one whole cork is there. So to this I should add first conc H2SO4. Students, while doing this test, you should take care conc acids you are using. So the acid itself conc, and if you touch this test tube, you can feel that exothermic reaction. Okay. Now what I am going to do, I am going to fix this cork with the help of this test tube holder. I am going to hit this one. So here, what for I am doing this test? If any anion is present, when I heat, the gas should release. That gas should change this ferrous sulfate solution. So some gases are coming out because this is exothermic. So by this test, concentrated sulfuric acid test, if there exists bromide ion or iodide ion or nitrate ion, we will come to know. So in case of bromide ion, orange color or yellow color vapors will come. In case of iodide ion, blue vapors will come. In case of nitrate ion, there exist brown vapors. Sometimes we may confuse with bromide and nitrate ion. Both may give brown vapors. So how to differentiate that? If you pass these vapors, brown vapors, into ferrous sulfate solution, which turns into black, that indicates presence of nitrate ion. Okay. If those brown vapors, if you pass into starch iodide paper, if it becomes yellow color, then it indicates presence of Br minus. Okay. Now to this, I am going now no vapors are found. Now I am going to add paper pellets also. What are paper pellets, students? Paper pellets are nothing but pieces of paper made from filter paper. These papers I am going to add to this. Now you can see the reaction. You can see how brown vapors are going to be formed. Brown vapors. Now I will pass these brown vapors into ferrous sulfate solution which already prepared. See students, here I am passing these vapors into ferrous sulfate solution. You can see that solution slowly becoming black. From top you can see that solution is slowly becoming black. What it indicates? Tell me. You can see top it is becoming black. If I continue, it completely turns into black color. So based on this, we can conclude that the salt, the given salt may contain nitrate ion, NO3 minus ion. This is what identification of anion. Till now we completed identification of anion. We identified. I am assuming that there exists nitrate ion. By this I am not going to conclude because I have to do for confirmatory test. Then only I can conclude that the given salt contains one of the ion as this. Okay. Now I am going for confirmatory test. So my observation is that when I pass these vapors after adding paper pellets, the brown vapors are going to come. Then I pass into ferrous sulfate solution, which are going to turn into black. Based on this, I am going to assuming that there exists nitrate ion in this. Nitrate ion. Okay. So I am going to do test for nitrate ion. There are two confirmatory tests. So students try to do two confirmatory tests always for each ion. That is better. Next, going to confirmatory test. First confirmatory test is about copper chips test. What is copper chips test? Anybody? Yeah. Here in this test, a pinch of the salt with calm sulfuric acid and a few copper chips are added. So after adding copper chips to the salt, and we should heat that one. Okay. So I am taking this one into test tube. To this, copper chips are going to be added. From this, these are copper chips. Okay, then I should heat this one. I will take this test tube holder. A pinch of the salt with calm sulfuric acid and a few. Now I have taken salt, copper chips. Then what to be added to this? The solution, sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid will be added. One minute. Yes, this is concentrated sulfuric acid again. So this is the first confirmatory test. After adding calm sulfuric acid, what should I do? I should go for heating. So what is observed in this test? What is observed? Observation, if you see there, reddish brown gas is evolved. So you can see nice reddish brown gases. Okay. So my assumption is correct. So that salt contains NO3 minus as one of the ion. That is anion. Okay. This is one confirmatory test. I am going to do second confirmatory test. That is nothing but ring test. What is ring test? Do you know, students? That is also called brown ring test. Okay. So how to do this brown ring test? What are the things required? Things required are ferrous sulfate, that is freshly prepared ferrous sulfate, next salt, given salt, and concentrated sulfuric acid. There exists formation of a ring. How it is going to form? We will be going to demonstrate this. So coming to second confirmatory test, as I said, ring test, also called brown ring test. To this, I am going to prepare original solution, salt plus distilled water, in which salt is going to soluble. Okay. Next, to this, just now I prepared ferrous sulfate solution. Okay. In this, we should use freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution. I mean to say that iron should be in +2 state. When you prepare and keep, it will become +3. That is not useful in this test. Okay. Now I am going to add this freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution to OS. Okay. Now I am going to add sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, through walls of this test tube slowly. So here there exists formation of brown ring. So now you can see, students, you can locate ring which is forming at center, not center, a junction of dark brown ring formed at the junction of the two liquids. Could you locate? Yeah. So you are lucky, sometimes this brown ring is not going to form. Why? Can anybody tell? Because in this formula of brown ring, the oxidation number of iron is +1. +1 oxidation state is not stable for iron. The stable oxidation states are +2 and +3. Okay, is it clear? So, well done, students. So we have completed 2 confirmatory tests for nitrate ion. One is copper chips test. Second one is about ring test or brown ring test. Okay, by this two parts of salt analysis over. First one is preliminary test. Second one is test for anion. Anion we identified. So the given salt contains nitrate as anion, nothing but acidic radical. So earlier when you do flame test, we got idea about barium also, because that flame test we have seen apple green color, okay, green color, which indicates presence of barium. Based on that, we are not going to conclude the basic radical, not going to conclude the cation. We are going to analyze the salt for cation also. That is the third stage of salt analysis. So this is nothing but this can be done. Analysis of cation is done by using group analysis. This is called group analysis. Here, cations are classified into different groups based on common ion effect and solubility product and ionic product. That we are going to learn in equilibrium chapter. Class 11th equilibrium chapter, about these things are mentioned. So these groups are different from periodic table groups. Okay. So these are mainly based on practicals and based on those 3 things what I mentioned: solubility product, ionic product, common ion effect. So here we are going to add one of the reagent in each group. Accordingly, if precipitate form, that ion is present. This group analysis is nothing but identification for cation. After identifying this cation, we will be doing again confirmatory test. How we have done for anion, for cation also we are going to do confirmatory test. So here, what are those groups? Zero group. In zero group, ammonium ion is going to be identified by adding that reagent. Okay. Next, in each group I said one reagent is there. In zero group, there exists sodium hydroxide solution concentrated. Like that, first group hydrochloric acid. In first group, lead ion is going to be identified. Second group, copper ion. One of the ion is copper ion. Third group, aluminum or iron. Whereas fourth group, zinc and nickel, manganese, and 4 ions. Fourth group, total 4 ions are identified: zinc, manganese, nickel and cobalt. Okay, when you come to fifth group, there exists barium, calcium, strontium. Okay, sixth group also there. that is for magnesium. If all these groups are giving negative test, not positive, then we will go for cis group. Okay. Now coming to zero group. In zero group, what you have to do? Here, two things we can do, students. Honestly, we can continue up to fifth group, because we already got information by flame test. Directly we can do the confirmatory test for barium, because positive result we got in flame test. Otherwise, you should do from zero group onwards. We should continue in fifth group. Again, we will get some information. Based on that information, you go by confirmatory test. So here we came for group analysis for cation. These are identification tests followed by confirmatory tests. Okay. Now for group 0, what to be done? This is the OS. Next, from this OS, I will take small amount of OS into this test tube. Okay. Then to this, I am going to add concentrated sodium hydroxide. That I am going to prepare from this sodium hydroxide pellets. 2 pellets are taken in this. I am going to add distilled water. This is concentrated sodium hydroxide. When I am going to dissolve it, when I am going to add this concentrated sodium hydroxide to this OS, is there any observation you can notice? Then after adding, I should heat that solution. When I go for heating, if you see observation, ammonical smell or ammonia gas is going to release or not? So this smell, this observation will not give any information about ammonia gas. I am not getting any ammonical smell, and just liquid is coming out. No gas is going to evolve. Gas is also not going to evolve. So that ammonium ion is not present. NH4 plus is not present. NH4 plus is absent. Like that we will proceed, students. Okay. Directly you should not do test. Group wise you have to go. That is what systematic analysis. So next what we will go? We will go for group 1 analysis. Group 1. What to be taken for group 1? Again you should take this OS into test tube. To that you should add hydrochloric acid. Okay. If white crystal is formed, it indicates there is just a lead ion, Pb plus 2 ion. Like that you should go group wise. If not, go for next group, group 2. There also no information, go for group 3, next to group 4, like that you should continue. So I think you will be following this method. Now I am going for group 5 because I got idea in flame test. That's why I am going for group 5, because group 5 there exists barium, strontium, calcium. So in flame test I got a light green color, apple green color. So I am going to confirm whether barium is present or not. For that, what I will do, I will take this original solution into another test tube. To this, I am going to add ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide, ammonium carbonate. All these 3 are going to be added. So this is OS. I am going to add ammonium chloride, which is in solid state. Yes. To this, I am going to add ammonium hydroxide. What is ammonium hydroxide, students? Ammonium hydroxide is obtained by dissolving ammonia in water. That is ammonium hydroxide. Otherwise, we can get ready-made ammonium hydroxide also. To this, ammonium hydroxide is added. Next, 2 things are added. Next, I am going to add one more. That is ammonium carbonate solution. Ammonium carbonate solution. Yes, this is ammonium carbonate solution. So here this is also going to be added. Why so many ammoniums you should add? To maintain common ion effect. Okay. So you can see white crystal is going to be formed. In fifth group, if white crystal is formed, you can see inference. It indicates group 5 present in your salt. Group 5 nothing but either it is calcium or barium or strontium. Which is present, how you know? Take this white crystal. Take this white crystal means we have to go for filtration. So when after filtration the residue what we are going to get, that is a white crystal. That white crystal you can dissolve in acetic acid. So actually this white precipitate is going to form Cardi-like precipitate. It is going to settle down. Then we should go for decantation or filtration to collect that white precipitate. That white precipitate is to be dissolved in acetic acid. Then you should pass potassium chromate. What is the form of potassium chromate? K2CrO4. If that white precipitate gives yellow color, that confirms presence of barium plus 2 ion. That is one confirmatory test. Another confirmatory test we can go for flame test. That already we have done. So this white precipitate is going to settle down. So these are filter papers. You know how to fold the filter papers. First fold, second fold, and 3 leaves one side, 1 leaf one side like this. Should go by filtration. You should go by filtration. When you go by filtration, what I will collect? That white precipitate I am going to collect. So meanwhile I am going to decant that liquid. Liquid is not required for us. So little amount of white precipitate is left. This I am going to, instead of going for filtration directly, I am going to collect that white precipitate into another test tube. Yes, my test tube already taken here. All liquid I am going to take out. Now this is the measure of white precipitate. To this what I am going to add? Acetic acid. And finally the reagent, which is known as potassium chromate, K2CrO4, which is in yellow color, whereas potassium dichromate is in orange color, students. Okay. You can see this yellow color is different. So this is a Cardi-like yellow precipitate is going to form. This confirms presence of Ba2 plus. Yellow precipitate confirm presence of Ba2 plus ion. So another confirmatory test already we have done. Again, if you want, I will show you that confirmatory test. Even you can see this second confirmatory test by keeping this salt into flame. It gives the apple green color. Okay, this is second confirmatory test. You can see light apple green, nice colors. Okay, students. Okay, so by this we completed salt analysis. So at last result, student, you can see nitrate ion has acidic radical or anion, and the basic radical as Ba2 plus. So our salt contain Ba2 plus and NO3 minus. Okay. So this is about salt analysis. So in your class 11th syllabus, there are 3 types of experiments. What are those 3 types? One is content based experiments, second one is salt analysis, third one is volumetric analysis. Content based, other than salt and volumetric, those all are called content based experiments. Those carry 6 marks, salt analysis 8 marks, and volumetric analysis 8 marks. So you are new for writing record. That's why how to write record also mentioned. These are Viva questions, some Viva questions. Here I mentioned how to write the record also. Many of you knowing, still you can once go through. So some things to be on right side and remaining things on left side. Like that you should use both left and right sides, so that with one that record you can complete your experiments which are there in your course. So by this, students, we came to conclusion of this salt analysis, and this is one of the important experiment. You know that this salt analysis and volumetric analysis both are there in class 12 syllabus also. Okay, if you learn this year correctly, it is easy next year for you. Okay, thank you. See you in next practicals. Thank you.